Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I am Banushree Dash. Today I am going to teach you CBSE Class 12 English first poem, My Mother at 66, from the book Flamingo. My Mother at 66 was written by Kamala Dash. She was born in India, in Malabar Coast in Kerala, and she used to write her poem with the complexities of human relationship. In this poem, she has portrayed out some universal theme. It is a lyrical poem with a serious message in it. And the salient features of this poem is that it is written in a single sentence without any punctuation marks. And the poet has written this poem in a breathless manner. From this poem, she wants to portray out the ephemeral existence of human beings. That means from the onset of the birth till the death, human beings always lead the path to decay. Secondly, the mother always play a pivotal role in upbringing of the child. And the poet also portrays out a bitter truth of human life, that is, the aged people usually goes with pangs and loneliness, and they need the companion to share their views, but during the aged time they remain secluded or lonely because the children always focus themselves in their career building. In this poem, Kamala Dash pellucidly or clearly conveys that she was feeling agonizing while seeing her mother in aging state because she has lost her radiance. She became passive and pale like a corpse. So she described her mother as a corpse first. And she perceived that this is the sign of the beckoning of death. That is the ultimate departure, the ultimate end of life. So she wanted to absorb her thought in other affairs. So while traveling from her house to Cochin Airport, for the first time she perceived that her mother became aged one. And when she wanted to look out of the window to absorb her thought, she got certain contrast scene that became more havoc to her. One scene is sprinting trees, that means the trees are racing fast, or the bygone days are going away and that will never come back to her life again. Secondly, the spilling out of the children from the home, that means a great contrast between her mother's passivity and the energetic, fanatic behavior of the children. Then when she came to the Cochin Airport, after the security check, when she just turned her around to give her mother a final goodbye, she just compared her mother with the late winter moon. So why she compared her mother with the late winter moon? Because she wanted to magnify or emphatically portray out that her mother has already achieved her aging. She lost her radiance and she engulfed with passivity. Generally in the winter, the ambience is cold and the atmosphere is remained uncanny due to fog and mist. The beauty or the radiant or the brightness of the moon cannot be clearly visualized from the earth because of the fog and mist. So the moon's brightness remained or radiance remained uncanny, mysterious. So she was also feeling mysterious about her mother's aging. And she was vexed with a sensation that the death has already came to her doorstep, started to beckon her or call her, that this is the final departure, and she was in an agonized state. And the similar ache she now bore on her heart. That means when she was young, she used to miss her mother and she used to feel scared with pangs in her heart. Similarly, at this time, when she was departing from coaching, she was feeling scared because of the pangs, of the woes and worries that sprouted in her heart because of her mother's aging. And she actually excavated the appearance of death from her face. So she compared her mother with late winter moon. And she also perceived her bygone days or young age pangs which she used to perceive in her younger days or the childhood days about her mother. But she wanted to veil herself because she doesn't like to show that she was feeling scared of her mother's departure or mother's health. So she just told, "Meet you soon, Amma," and then she just smiled 3 times. Smile, smile, smile. And this poem is ending with a beautiful sentence: smile, smile, and smile. 3 smiles with 3 deeper meanings. One smile, realization. The realization is that the dedication of her mother, which cannot be evaluated with anything, and as a daughter, she deprived her mother to give her proper company, or she failed to give proper time to her mother during her aging. Second smile is to veil her appearance because she doesn't like to show that she was feeling scared of her mother's health and don't like to put her mother in mental vexation or in scare or agony. And third smile is the smile with a hope that after coming back in second visit, she will be able to meet her mother again. And now I am going to teach you the poem by reading the poem thoroughly, and I will also discuss about the poetic devices. Now start. Driving from my parents' home to coaching last Friday morning, I saw my mother beside me. My mother, alliteration. Here M and M both are repeated, and M and M is a consonance. So this is first poetic device, alliteration. Beside me, Dawes, open mouth. Dawes means napping. She was napping because she was so tired and she was napping. Open mouth, her face ashen like that of corpse. Her face ashen like that of corpse means simile. Her face ashen like that of corpse, simile. Corpse means dead body. She was so pale, so dull, and so passive. She became so passive that she was looking like a corpse. And for the first time, she felt pain in her heart because she first time perceived that her mother has already prone towards aging, and now the death is standing at her doorstep, beckoning her or came to welcome her. And when she was looking at this, she was very much agonized or worried about the situation. And that she was as old as she looked, but soon put that thought again, alliteration. T and T is the consonants. T and T is the consonants away. And looked out at young trees sprinting. And when she wanted to absorb her thought in other affairs, she just looked out from the window to absorb her thought. And when she looked out of the window, she perceived or saw trees sprinting. Sprinting means racing fast, racing fast. And why the trees are sprinting? According to science, you know why the trees are sprinting. That is, if you go forward, the trees will remain backward. But she wanted to emphatically convey to the readers that the days which are gone, that gone forever, and the young age or the age will never come back to her life again. The merry children spinning. This is another contrast. The trees printing here personification. Trees printing means personification over here. Trees printing. The trees used as a human being, so personification. Merry children's spilling. Spilling means moving out. Spilling here means metaphor. Here that is a sharp contrast. This is a contrast, but the contrast is not a comparable one. So the merry children spilling, that means her mother is totally passive. She already has lost her color. She's prone to dullness and she lost her radiance. But the children are full of energy, they're fanatic, full of spirit, full of vigor. And that is a sharp contrast between the mother and the children. And these two scenes start to vex her, hammer her about and highlighting her about her mother's aging. Out of their homes, but after the airport security check you already know, routine security check in the airport, standing a years ago, after the standing a few years. So after security check, her mother was standing in the outside and she was inside the airport and she was just bidding the final goodbye to her mother. I looked again at her wan pale. Wan means colorless, pale means faded. And when she looked again to her mother to give a final goodbye, she saw her mother is standing in a colorless and a pale, dull appearance. That means totally her mother's passivity highlighted in this line. As a late winter moon is also a simile. She directly compares her mother with a late winter moon because already frozenness engulfed her mother, and when a person prone towards aging, the blood circulation always abates or declines. That means the body warmthness gradually abates. Similarly, in the winter season, the ambience is cold, atmosphere is cold, plus there is fogs and mist, and there's a furry atmosphere, and the people always face a very inconvenience to look anything clearly through fog and mist. So when the moon appears in the winter sky, the people on the earth face difficult to get a clear glimpse of the moons or the clear radiance of the moon properly. So the poet here describes as a late winter moon and felt old, and she describes as a late winter moon and felt that old familiar ache. Late winter moon means her mother also reached the age of her death, or she became aging like the moon, the uncanny situation of the moon in the winter night. Familiar ache means the ache which she used to perceive at her childhood. So she just convey the readers, seeing the mother in this state, she was feeling agonizing. Woes and pangs started to vex her, and she felt the similar pain which she used to perceive during her childhood in the fear to lose her mother. My childhood fear, but all I said was to see you soon. But as a aged one, as a matured one, the poet doesn't like to show her mother the consciousness or anxiousness about her mother's aging. So she wanted to put veil on her appearance. Though she was very much conscious, She was very anxious of her mother's health, but she doesn't like to put her mother in this type of trauma. So she just, ignoring her fear, conveyed the mother to see you soon, Amma. To see you soon, Amma is alliteration. To see you soon, Amma is alliteration. S and S is a consonance. And all I did was smile and smile and smile. So she ended the poem with smile. Three smile, and the three smile has three different meaning. First smile, realization. First time she realized that her mother became aged one, and passivity already engulfed her. She lost her brightness. She engulfed herself in painless, and she became pale, dull. And now she was thinking that the time which she had to spend with her mother, as per her duty being a child, she failed to do that duty. And now she was in an agonizing state because she had not performed her responsibility properly. Second smile, veiling her agony. Second smile, veiling her agony, because she does not like to portray out her inner tempest or inner torment towards to her mother, because she knew that if her mother will perceive that her child was in a very much pathetic state or thinking about her, or probably she will feel more sick or prone towards death early. So she wanted to veil herself. Third smile, with a hope that in the next visit, in the coming visit, she will be able to see her mother soon. And three smile brings the theme of the poem. Smile and smile and smile, here that is anaphora. Anaphora is a poetic device, means repetition of word. Smile and smile and smile is anaphora. This is the total structure of the poem, and the important question from here can be how the poet describes her mother's passivity. That is one question. Second question, what are the things the poet described or saw to give a sharp contrast with her mother's paleness or dullness or aging body? Why she compared her mother with the late winter moon? That is the third question or fourth question. And why the poet here perceiving the similar ache? And the last one is why the poem ended with three smile at the last sentence. Thank you so much. If you like my teaching, please subscribe my channel. And till then, for my next video, stay safe, stay healthy. God bless you all.